I lost over $800 due to falling into the trap of those ads for Amazon FBA where they say it's just so simple to buy a product, add it, you'll make money. I'm going to talk to you about IP alerts and why it is a lot harder than what they are just claiming that you'll be a millionaire in no time. My name is Megan. I've been selling on Amazon FBA for about almost a year now. And it's mostly retail arbitrage, which if you are unfamiliar with that, that means that you go to the store, buy low and sell high, mostly TJMaxx, Home Goods, Walmart, etc., things like that. But I kept on seeing those ads where they said, oh, go on Alibaba, buy something for $5 and it's selling for 50 to 75 to 100 plus, you're gonna make huge margins, yada yada yada. So I saw, oh, that's such a great idea, but I didn't want to buy a course that was like hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. So I just thought that I could go on Alibaba. I found a supplier such as these weighted hula hoops and also a ginormous bag of reversible squids, and saw that there was a listing online and that I was approved to sell it. So I was like, okay, cool, let's buy it and let's list it. So mistake number one was that is not the way that you should go about it at all. Even if you are approved to sell something, that doesn't mean that you can sell that, and what that will lead you to are IP alerts. A rule of thumb in general is not to sell something on somebody else's listing that looks like it is their company made item. So that is different if you're doing retail arbitrage and it's like a cracker and you find the same box of crackers and you can therefore sell them. This is for things that are branded as brand X, and if you go to their page, they have a whole brand page. So they've gone through the work of creating the listing, taking the pictures, getting it patented, etc. So typically you might be able to sell on top of somebody else's listing if there are more than one seller on there, but disclaimer, that other person could be in the wrong selling on there, and it could just be a matter of time before they too will get an IP alert. So how you will know that you have an IP alert is that you will get a message from Amazon that either you are infringing on intellectual property, or that you don't have the rights, or just that they're going to straight up deactivate your listing. You do have the opportunity to explain through a case what happened. Stay tuned to figure out how you too do not need to lose almost $1,000 with a stupid Amazon FBA mistake and get stuck with hundreds of reversible squids. Once you get the IP alert email from Amazon, don't panic, but do make sure that you do respond. Even if you're just gonna not try and fight it, you are just gonna forego the inventory. Either you might be able to get it sent back to you, or they most likely will destroy it, which has happened to me. Over 50 of these, I couldn't prove that they were mine or my listing. I said that it was my mistake. I wasn't sure about the whole IP alert thing, which is true, but they will then take them away. But you do need to respond, because if you don't respond, they will automatically just deactivate your account, and then you could fully lose all of your selling privileges. So do respond. And how I still got the alert, and I've gotten, I believe, 7 of them, because this kind of all happened at once of, oh shoot, this isn't something that I'm allowed to do, is that it will say at your account performance summary, I'll take a screenshot, it will say at risk, and then there's that is in the yellow, and then there is the red, and then there is the green. So sometimes you can message Amazon through the case logs I've seen in years past, where you can explain your story and ask them to please remove that violation, because too, the more and more you get, it could even happen for something super random. Like you can get an IP alert for beauty products at TJ Maxx, so you honestly just never know when it's gonna hit you. So with that, I tried to appeal the IP alert, but that did not go away. Some people might get lucky, but don't worry, because even if it says on your front page like at risk of deactivation, they're not going to just take it away right then and there. You do have multiple chances. I've read Reddit forums where people say they have, oh, after 2 tries they were deactivated, 3 tries deactivated. Some people say that they've been doing it for years and they have like over 10 and they've never actually gotten their account deactivated. So who knows what the number is. I'm pretty sure it's just a case-by-case basis and just how Amazon updates their terms every year. So how you can stop this from happening initially is IP alert, and you can get a browser extension, and whenever you're searching something on Amazon.com, it will either have a red or a green bubble, and with that, the green means good to go. Nobody's ever said that they have gotten an alert from it, and red means that there's either been one or a bunch of alerts sent into them. So granted, this is only a double check for people who have actually submitted times where they were alerted, and I did alert my options, even like some little beauty thing at TJ Maxx that did happen to me. I also learned from other YouTube videos, if you just look up IP alert, etc., that other people have found this helpful. It is a little expensive. It's about, I want to say almost $200, but it's well worth getting your account deactivated, and once you have it, it's good to go for life. I'll put the link down below, non-affiliate. Just sign up and it's worth it. It looks a little janky and weird. There's also a phone app, but trust me, it is the real deal. It will help you for sure. And when you see those ads that say just find something on Alibaba and make the listing, be very wary of those, of how much time, effort, and money that will actually take. I'll pop up a link below of the video I found most helpful. He walked through basically every single step that you need to go through in order to get something like this, or all of these little reversible squids if you wanted to make your own brand in your own listing. With that too, just know that not only do you have to create a brand with Amazon and create your item, have all the information about it, the images, but first you do need to have a patent, and you do need to apply for a patent, which isn't that much work because there's just a website where you can do that. But granted, you have to go through all the logistics of making sure it will get approved. Sometimes those can take a while, so just kind of be able to time that out with everything. But it is not that simple. You do need to have all these steps. You can't just simply go buy something, slap your brand name on it. You'd also need some sort of like your own brand logo on the item, and then you will be able to get to the step where you add the actual FN SKU and everything. But don't just get sucked into those. And another thing I learned from that was, if, for example, these hula hoops, I should have just not even tried, because when you search weighted hula hoop on Amazon, there are like 10 pages of the same thing. So too, if you're going to go through all the work to create your own brand and your own product, make sure it's something that there aren't pages and pages of the exact same thing out there with about the same views, because most likely the top few sponsored items or the ones that are labeled bestseller will continue to just take all the revenue as they're getting bumped up, probably by SEO and or by Amazon themselves, just because they do have the reviews and they do have the purchase history, which people are looking for when buying something, and they're probably able to get a good competitive price on that. My biggest words of advice are to get the IP alert, and I do think this is valuable even if you don't think you are ever going to source things off Alibaba or from another wholesaler, that it is even helpful for retail arbitrage items, because honestly, the most random things can get alerted by IP alert, and you don't want to take that risk of, oh, my friend said that they could sell this, or blah 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 blah. You don't want to just risk deactivation on like a $5 box of pretzels. It's totally not worth it. So get IP alert and be able to know that it is for real, because if you get into different forums, Facebook groups, Reddit threads, etc., who knows if what they're saying is still valid, if somebody got lucky, if somebody did get in trouble but they're not saying it, if somebody's trying to deceive people. So you do just want that actual legit fact checker. And then also, if you are going to go through the whole ropes of adding a brand and your product and sourcing it, etc., putting your labels on it, is to really find something that you are passionate about, that you love, that you are going to make many iterations about, that it's not going to feel like work to add in all the details, to get that patent, to get it approved, to get professional photos that look good of it, just so that it is worth your time and effort. Because what's the point of going through weeks of research and putting it all together, and then it's just going to sit in a queue of lines and lines and lines and pages and pages and pages of the same item on Amazon, and nobody's ever going to buy it. And then after 6 months you're going to be asked if you want to liquidate it, and then you're going to really say, wow, that was such a waste of time and money. So good luck to you guys, and stay tuned for more FBA tips and tricks. Please give this a thumbs up if you thought this was helpful, and comment down below if you too have any sort of advice when it comes to IP alerts, starting your own products, things to stay away from, any other issues that maybe I haven't ran into that you had that could help save anybody else from running into all of these headaches.